Hey everybody, welcome to Broken Knuckles again. Thank you very much for coming back. Today we have a wonderful interview with Mr. Perfect Legend, the most amazing person I've ever met. Okay, I'm lying, but he's a cool dude, like real talk. All right, Mr. Perfect Legend, please tell everyone the logistical stuff. Who are you? What do you do? Why are you here?
Well, I compete in fighting games as well as teach players how to play as well. Try to s- stay active in the scene and help outside of just winning stuff. I also like guide people along to be able to find the locals so you can support the local scene and honestly just enjoy fight games. Like I've been like my entire life. I feel like everyone should get that experience.
Ah, sweet. All right, so let's start off with the simplest question. Which was your first Mortal Kombat game? What was the first time you picked up the franchise? Not when you got competitive, but when you said, "Oh my God, I think I want to keep playing this." What
The
was your
first Mortal
first?
Kombat.
Oh, Mortal Kombat 1, really?
Yeah,
Wait a minute. How old are you, sir?
I'll be 32 tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Get out of here. All right. A little bit older than I thought, but that's good, man. Oh, yeah. I like you
Yeah, I've been
started
here a
off.
while.
Yeah. So, how long you been competing? What was your first competitive game?
My okay. Well, I went to a GameStop tournament for Soul Calibur 2
Mm
first, but outside of that, my first like FGC event would be we held our own first event called Ohio Showdown
hmm. Mm
in
hmm.
like the June of 2005.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That was a while ago. Get out. Okay. Jesus.
and
All
back
right.
then
So,
I was primarily a DOA player
uh huh.
because at the time, I mean, like DOA 2 Ultimate had came out, and found the scene by playing online. And I ran into somebody in the room, and they was like, "Hey, you should go to this website so you can, network with other players and stuff." And ever since then, I was able to tap in and see what IGN had going for this Evo coverage and everything else because I didn't know what Evo was until I went to that website.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That yeah, man. That was back in the day. Yeah. I missed all those times I was out of the country, so I
Hmm.
wish I would have been around. So let me ask you this: you've been doing this for a minute now. So
Right.
with all of this stuff, what would you consider is? Let's go to top three. What are your top three hypest wins? You know what I mean? I know you got three Evo titles, and if you say those three, that's fine. But I mean, what are the ones that you're like, okay, yes, yes? You know what I mean?
Uh, I gotta really think because, like, all right, I will say that some of my Evo wins, I was like,
Mm,
man, this is easier than I thought it was.
mm-hmm.
But there are times where like I may have won something and didn't even win the tournament. And I was like, okay, that was really hard. But like
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I had beat Justin Wong in Tekken 6.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And I don't think we both were practicing the game at the time, but I didn't think
Mm-hmm.
that I would like do that well
Okay.
back then. But this was like 2011. Like I was still playing like Mortal Kombat and
Mm-hmm.
like Street Fighter and stuff, and I was like dabbling in Tekken 6. But back then, it was really hard to level up in games because unless you had a local scene, it's very similar to now. Like a lot of the games that are at Evo don't even have good netcode.
Right.
The only
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
that had a good netcode right now is the GGP, well, MK, and they took it out. Like for
Yeah.
some reason, Evo made the GGPO netcode, but none of the games they have there are using it. But that was a huge thing being able to play online or offline because if you didn't have a scene, it was it
Mm-hmm.
was it was crucial. It was really bad. So if you didn't have a scene, you had to either travel or you had to be really good in the lab.
Wow. Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess that would be the only thing, because you couldn't test yourself until you got somewhere where there was other good players.
Right. And all you could go by is like watching video footage, and match footage back then was harder to come by too because people were still using VHS and there wasn't like a really easy way to upload stuff or even to break down video to put it on your computer. Like it was a bigger hassle to even stream back then.
Oh,
Like, but
wow.
now it's built into every system that you that you own.
Yeah. Okay, so to give you an idea how far back I go, I had a so I played Super Street Fighter 2 on the what was that, Super Nintendo? I guess that would have been because it wasn't Orange 6. No, it
Yeah, I
was the
played it
one
on.
with It was Super Nintendo. Right? I don't remember. They all kind of
Yeah,
blurred to me
yeah.
now.
Street Fighter 2 was on Super Nintendo. That was
Okay.
actually the first fighting game I played.
Okay. Yeah. So it was on that one, and I was in the military at the time, and I was better than most everybody in the barracks. But there was this one dude. Oh my God, he was killing all of us. It was like he was a machine. It was terrible. And one day I went to his house and saw his setup, and he had figured out how to connect his Super Nintendo to a TV and then connect that to a different TV so that he can record his gameplay off of that. And then he was like counting the frames, knowing how long it took to punish whatever. So yeah, he knew all of the data. So he was murdering
Yeah, it's
us.
really important. That's actually half the battle of getting good. Is you have to know everything. If you
Yeah.
don't, and your opponent does, they have a bigger advantage on you. It's like fighting
Mhm.
games is really much like school. Like you have your new subjects, which is basically the game itself, and then
Mhm.
you have to figure out, how to best capitalize off all the knowledge better than your opponent.
Right. Huh. Yeah, I can see that. Cause I don't know. I still play by feel because I don't have like that much time to care, like to do all that math. Like,
Right.
I run against guys like you when I'm in ranked, and bully. But that's fine. But it's not that serious for me either. Like, I just play for fun still.
Right.
All right. What would you say was the hardest loss? What was the one that made you just, you know, made you really question, almost go, all right, maybe I'm not built for this. Maybe I should do something else with my time. Which was the
Mm,
the loss that put you
there,
there?
there's never been a loss where I'm like, man, I need to do something else. Like every time I
Mm-hmm.
lose, I always look at it from a logical standpoint. Why did I lose? What was the matchup like? Was I even using the right approach in the matchup, etc.? Because there have been times where I will get body, and
Mm-hmm.
then the next day just body them because like my mind will rework how I'm supposed to play that matchup.
Yeah. Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah, I think of that like a Super Saiyan kind of thing, because there's been a couple of times I've just I've seen people double perfectly, and then 2 days later I see them again and I just smash them like they didn't even know how to play. It's like
That's the nature of fight games. Like your approach and just your mindset in the match can change a lot. Even if like say I could probably not even know the matchup, but because I know how to play my character
Mm-hmm.
and just navigate getting hit and playing by feel, I can still win. And I've won tournaments like that
Mm.
without knowing the matchup. There was a time in MK9 where I was fighting a Molina player in pool, not pools, but in bracket, and I almost lost. I didn't know
Mm.
the matchup. I had no way to practice the matchup. I had no players I knew who played the character so that I could practice the matchup. Practice
Mm-hmm.
mode wasn't that good, so all I had to go by was the dummy doing like their random special moves when you set the dummy to fight back,
Yeah.
and also just like improvising in tournament, like, well, maybe I'll try this, and it worked.
Mm. Okay. Ah. Yeah. See, like, oh man. So I'm guessing you do watch a bunch of FGC content, and
Yeah.
Corey Gaming, right?
Yes.
I
Core
can't.
games.
Yeah, dude, I love his stuff. He was one of the first people I met. Not met. That's not what I meant to say. First content creators that I watched consistently about the FGC to help me like get better. I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying I'm good, but I don't get fucking mopped all the time
Yeah, you,
anymore.
you understand what's going on and how to play.
Yeah. And I remember there was one of his videos that he talked about the three types of players: the math guy, the intuitive guy, and the read based guy, or maybe the intuitive guy was read based guy. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. But do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you mean. In my opinion, if you're going to be good, you have to have all those.
Okay.
Like
So
you,
do
you
you?
can't just be like, well, I'm just this style of player. Like, no, there honestly, there's no setup, well, straight up
Mm-hmm.
style to play. It's either you play the game right or you don't play it right.
I gotcha. And then after
Because
that,
I know people feel like the studying part is really boring, but
mm-hmm.
uh, if if you're going to get A in class, you don't just show up and take the test. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
It for me, the fun stuff is studying the game and figuring out all the options and stuff, so I can have that edge over the opponent. Because I know there are people who are not going to do it, and it's always
Right.
going to be that way.
Yeah. No, I gotcha. that's one of the things that I had to figure out was like I would never even look at the like practice screen. I just need to know what the strings are, and I would do like go through the strings. It's like, all right, that's good enough. I'll go into ranked or whatever, and then yeah. So you can imagine how well that went.
Right.
But then after I started to start to kind of understand stuff, um, I got as far like so. My big thing right now is I know Jax well, but
Yeah.
I don't know my matchups. Like I know some matchups. No, I don't. That's a lie. I know what to do in some situations with some characters. Yeah, that's a better way to say it.
Yeah, in most situations, you do have like you'll have a common response you're supposed to do. Like for example, you block a poke up close, then you should probably follow with forward three or grab or like a jab string or something, right?
Right.
But if you're full screen and you're like, all right, what do I do? Like for example, Jax has a hard time if he's not heated up, so
Yeah.
you got to heat up your character. Jax, so you can counter zone from across the screen. He actually has access to one of the best projectiles once he's heated up.
Yeah, I know that. Well, see, cuz I don't have playing partners, so I learn everything from online play.
Right.
And when I do the heat up thing like the where is it?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I always do it as a mistake, and then I always get punished. So my hands never do it. My hands like, nope, I'm
You
not
have
doing
to
it.
set up situations in neutral to where you allow it to work. For example, if you duck like a hat, then that
Hmm.
will give you enough time to duck it and then recover it and then heat up and then probably shoot back at me. Because you have to use it like a counter zoning tool. Because it'll be a part of whatever you're doing. So now you're heated up. Yeah, you could zone me, and this is not gonna be as easy for me to check you from across the screen. The only issue is you got to heat up.
Yeah.
And you can get that also just by attacking. You can land throws and stuff. So Jax has to play like kind of in and out or right outside of a certain range, so he can make the best of when he heats up and also control when he heats up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to get the feel for that. My biggest thing right now is I get hit when I move. Like I'm choosing
You're choosing to
wrong.
attack at the wrong time.
Yes, and I don't understand how to fix that at the moment. But we're not here to talk about how bad I am.
Yeah.
All right. So in your opinion, what makes a world class player? Like when you're playing someone and you go, okay, oh this person got to shine. What are you looking for personally?
I'm looking at how they respond to me and their conviction and when they do stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and also like their knowledge, pretty much how optimal they are with their combos. And I can just feel it when I play someone, if
Mm-hmm.
when they tighten up, and everyone has that moment where they start tightening up their defense or their offense, and their timing just a little bit more on point than usual. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
look for, and I feel that between from every player that's supposed to be world class.
Okay. So you just get like that natural feel, like, oh no, they have a good sense of what's going on and
Right.
spacing, and I got you. Oh,
Because if you study the game, you can tell. You can easily tell how good someone is based on how they play the game. Like if they're
mm,
flaws blocking stuff or they're delaying their pokes and all that, like you can tell that they really study the game.
I got you. Yeah. So, all right. Now let's get into a couple more quick stories here. What is your favorite FGC story? What's that? Obviously one that you can tell. You know what I'm saying? But what's that
Mhm.
one story that you think about? That oh man, that is quintessential FGC.
And then recent off the top, I gotta really think because dude, there's been so many stories, but my mind isn't like fresh for it.
Oh,
Like
I
I
got
don't,
you.
it's not something to actively think about. Uh, I would just say anytime that we've raised charity or helped a member, because like
Mm-hmm.
FGC talks a lot of shit and people troll and stuff, but when someone's in need, people come together like to help people cover the medical bills or funerals or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like we take care of our own when it's when it's dire.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like, I'm not like I don't go to majors and I don't talk to a lot of people like that. And I'm like I'm on the outskirts of the FGC. But one of the things that makes me personally the most proud about the FGC is how we are hands down the most inclusive community I see anywhere, regardless of anything. Better than the Democrats. Better than the fucking the ALCU or anybody. Like the FGC is the only place I've seen that like, wow, no one really cares. The only thing they care about is, do you know what you're doing? If you don't know what you're doing, then you should probably go learn. And then people will even help you learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
people get the FGC wrong because they use the online community and
mm-hmm.
Twitch chat, YouTube comments to be like, yeah, that's the FGC. Really, it's not. It's just a bunch of people who don't even go to events and
Yeah.
they're just talking shit. So like, somebody listening to this would probably be like, "No, what you mean inclusive? Well, what about this? Because people be getting harassed. I mean, shit, I get harassed all like
No.
happens every other day. But for the most part, like in-person events, shit don't be really going down like that. But when
Yeah.
it does, people nip it in the butt real quick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I
Exactly.
mean, of course, there's
Like,
always gonna be something that seeps through the cracks and gets
mm-hmm.
through. But for the most part, like yeah, like everybody can just come through and enjoy themselves as long as you like playing games.
So let me speak to those people real quick because this is comes from me being because like I'm 45, you know what I mean. So I've been around for a minute and I've seen a thing or two in life. And the fact that everyone comes out regardless of who they are or what they feel about themselves, they feel comfortable enough to come out to events. That means that's a very safe place, like emotionally and physically and mentally and all that stuff. They feel comfortable about coming to those places. That means that's an inclusive community. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, we have hella like security and stuff at every event now too, especially like after that
uh,
shooting that happened with Madden,
yeah, yeah,
everybody started tightening up.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. That, like I don't know. I've played enough Madden to know that um, when you get something that hyper competitive, like in a weird way, they yeah, they don't handle that stress well. You know what I'm saying? That's a different kind of community, and that's what I mean about the FGC. Like I would find it hard pressed to see that. Even like when we have those moments, like remember the that Buffalo Scar thing when
Yeah,
that whole pop off. Like at no point, like understanding the community as it actually is, did I feel like you know that was going to be a thing. I was just thinking Buffalo was a little overly emotional. Like calm down a little, man. But
well, Buffalo's also like a kid,
no, I know
so
that. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying
but
too.
also that was unpredictable for me. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if he was going to try to hit Scar or something like that, or if he was trying to provoke Scar to do something. Because there's situations like that we gotta be careful because we can't respond a certain way or whatever way we may want to respond in situations like that. So there's also a lot of baiting that happens, so people can try to get someone to lose their opportunity.
I I understand that too, but well, let me say this: I've been in enough situations that I could tell that no Buffalo. It was the explosion of emotion over the win. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just super hype about his win because all he was saying was first to two boys. Like you know what I'm saying? He wasn't going like fuck you, you motherfucker. You know what I mean? He wasn't like attacking Scar verbally or anything. He was just expressing his
Yeah, I don't know
displeasure.
everything he was saying because I couldn't hear him, but I do know he's definitely said first to two boys because he was upset about uh Scar saying something about first to two, and I forget what term it was, so maybe it was online.
Yeah, it was an online thing. It was some online nonsense about you know, there's oh my god. Look at that there. I didn't know that would happen.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
can throw spin at you in interrogation.
yeah, I thought I was be able to hit you out of it. Yeah, I thought you were still like in the startup or something, but yeah, the I guess the hitbox or whatever extends much further than I thought it did. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't want to get too much into that. I was just saying that even when things like that happen, um, there's more of an explosion of emotion versus anger. You know what I mean? Like I've watched several tournaments and I've seen a lot of people pop off, and I'm not saying people don't fight because trust me, I know people fight.
Yeah, people
But
be like, for example, like even right now that one of our top players is being harassed
mm,
by members of the katana community for whatever. I mean, I hate to say this, but a lot of people in the MK community, at least like the
mm,
ones that don't go to events and shit and just watch, are super toxic. They're toxic as hell, right? They be saying off the wall stuff like, "Oh well, you need to pay more attention to your children and raise your kids or something. Like they'll say it to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because they
Right.
disagree with them on a character or whatever. Like
Okay.
they get personal over shit that's not real. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So
I feel you.
there's
I
also
hear.
that as well.
Yes. So I want. Let me just say this to the community in general, so we can understand this. Like at the end of the day, the only people that ever matter are the people that you see physically with your eyeballs during the day. The rest of us, no matter who it is, we don't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Even
Yeah,
if we're
if you're
telling you
not willing
how
to spend money to get to an event like I am, like I don't know, we shouldn't even focus on those people.
exactly, if you're not like, and understand this, if you have to have like, oh, I need to say something bad because why? Bad, if you feel bad, you will say bad things. People only say these toxic things because they have a certain feeling about their current
Hurt
situation.
people.
Exactly. So like we got to remember that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, wow, you're flipping out and you're saying all this mean stuff. What's wrong, dude? Like, you want to talk about something? Like, like that has to be our mindset because I don't know. Even when I am in my most depressed state, I am not hurt, so I don't have the energy to say something like negative for no reason to a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I just, it's just not in me. So when I see people do that, I know that okay, so you're in a lot of pain right now. And there's something emotional going on that you can't handle, and you need to like express it this way. I feel you. You know what I mean? Like those things happen, and I think that's more of an attitude we need to start to take, because like once you like, even in front of my face, I will treat people that way. And the one thing I found every single time is that they always soften. They always go, you know what? Look, you're right, man. I was just like, dude, my dog and blah blah blah, or my car and blah. You know what I'm saying? Like every
Yeah, but then
single
they want
time.
sympathy for you not biting to their bullshit.
Yeah, whoever. That doesn't matter. I don't care. Like, it's does this stop the negative situation? It does. That's fine. I just know that if this is the kind of person that you're being, I don't have to be around you. Like, I don't have to talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how I
And
feel. That's how I go about things too.
yeah, yeah. As long as we can keep that attitude, things will be golden. All right. Enough of those crazy people. Let's talk about something happy. Um, what is something in the competitive scene that you would personally like to see happen to really get things going? Like, what would be some like new types of competitions that you think would be fun to watch?
Round robins where the sets are longer, where everybody's like to play a first to seven series or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can't really do a whole tournament like that because it'll take forever. So it have to be like a special event. Back in the day, they would do like these series in Japan for
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter 4 and also like Third Strike where players will play like in a round robin
Mm-hmm.
versus each other, and it was just a lot of footage, and you got to see, players have to adapt to one another. Because first to two or first to three is cool,
Mm-hmm.
but first to seven, a much longer set, and then people can prepare for it, and then like say we can be like, all right, well these people they play at this time, and then these people they'll play at a later time. But I just feel like a way to set up fighting games to where it's kind of like boxing in the sense of not per round, but I'm just saying the spectacle of getting hyped to watch those two people. Like exhibitions and stuff are great, but
Right.
what if there was, a league where maybe it's not everybody can't enter, right? But maybe it's the top 16 of the pro tour, and now everybody has to play each other in the first to seven, and then you take that score and determine like who won.
Right.
I would
Or.
like to see something like that, or
Mm-hmm.
more regional battle stuff where it's like 5v5 for like, oh, well, this is the best coast, or what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
that hasn't been going on a lot lately. Like recently, at least last year at Combo Breaker, they did a Florida versus Texas first 10 v
Yeah.
10,
Yeah,
which
I
was
saw
pretty
that.
cool. But ever since then, it ain't been nothing.
Man, I love that thing, and I was fortunate because like they always do things like that on like Fridays or something like that,
Yeah,
and like I forget to watch. But yeah, that was man. Let me tell you. That's what I want to see. I want to see more. You know what? Okay, so something I would love to see, it would be like more exhibition because you really can't train fists. Maybe you can, but like I want to see like a first to five that's a random hidden cursor. So both characters have their hidden cursors on, and both have to hit random. And then it's first to five. You know, you're locked to whatever character wins. You know what I'm saying? But when you go to the character select screen, it's random hidden cursor again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you just want a hidden cursor tournament?
Yeah, random hit. Like you
Yeah,
don't pick your character. No, yeah,
right. I
you
got
don't
you.
know. Yeah, and yeah, I would like to see that. To me, because there's a lot of
You
people
just need
that
the
play.
diversity. Who knows? You know the most, basically.
Exactly. Like those kind of things, I would personally like to see too. Oh yeah. All right. So, are you a boxing fan? UFC fan?
I don't. I can't say I'm not a fan because I definitely follow both,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't. It depends on who's fighting, invested I am in it. But I'm definitely a fan of combat sports for sure. Like, like I definitely grew up watching boxing. I definitely tune into UFC when I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know there was a fight last night, right?
I know I didn't get to see it though.
Yeah, I just heard about the results, and from my understanding, it sounds like well, John Jones won. He beat the guy Dominick Reyes, but it sounds like it was a pretty close match because a lot of people says Reyes should have won. So
Mm.
now I'm really interested in seeing what the fight was looking like. But
Yeah, in the
yeah,
aftermath, who was like cut or whatever.
well, no, I seen both of them. They both look like they both look like they punched each other in the face. But yeah, no one was like cut, no one was hurt, and it went. It was a decision. It was a unanimous decision. But
Okay.
everyone said that um, the fight that they saw, it was 3 rounds to 2 Reyes. Only the judges seemed to be the people who said it was 3 rounds to 2. What's his name? Jones. And one judge, everyone's flipping out about. He said it was 4 rounds to 1, and everyone says that dude is crazy because that wasn't it. So like, now I'm really interested in seeing what that fight looked like because that sounds like it
They
was.
need a different way to judge fights other than, hey, this person that wasn't in the fight that was just
Mhm.
watching with their opinion. Like, there's got to be something. See, like in fighting games, we at least can see the health bar.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
But for
Yeah.
that, I don't like the decision stuff. Like, I want to beat somebody's ass, and they'd be like, man, you know what? I don't think you won that fight.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, let me ask you this. Like, so if you're running a first to 10, would you
Yeah.
think rules like so let's say if you get 4 perfect rounds, like within the first to 10, that's like a TKO. Even if you're losing. So like you can be down 7-1, but within that 7 and even that 1 you got like 3 perfect rounds. Then next thing you know, you get another perfect round, that's a TKO. Like, do you think rules like that would be a help or a hindrance? Because like when I think about it, I wanted to see stuff. Because like when you start looking and like, all right, I was mustard and ketchup. They've been
Mm.
doing some first to tens, and there was one. Oh well, that should have worked. There was one. Oh, well, I knew that was gonna work. Anyway, there was one that it was like 10-0, like, and by like 8 it was just obvious that the other guy had like no way. The other guy was too far ahead of him.
Basically, if there's a wash, you want like some way to be like, all right, guys, it's over.
Well, not just that, because like I think about like boxing and UFC. I'm a huge fan of that. And like when you're watching like boxing stays interesting even to the non boxing fan because there could be a knockout. Somebody can like the person who's getting his ass beat can eventually all of a sudden win. And then that's the hypeness. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's one thing that we seem to lack in the FGC when we're doing sets because it's two humans playing video games, so you can't knock the other person out. All of a sudden, if you're beating that other person, there's very little that they can do other than all of a sudden develop amazing skills in the next 2 seconds to win the competition. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I think it loses a little bit of a hype factor with that. So I would think like something like if you get a double perfect, then that's like a knockout. So even on.
Well, the thing is, like,
Mhm.
because we're playing games and we are limited to what the characters can do. I mean, sometimes you can just be in a bad matchup to where that just happens. That's the nature of the match. And there are also games
Mhm.
that getting perfected is the nature of the game. Like you can get hit by 2 combos and the match is over. So it's like
Yes.
hard to regulate that unless the game is built around that itself. Because
Mm.
at that point, it becomes not about the players, more so about what's available in the game.
So what if? But then you would have to pick said character. So so Kung Lao's your main, right?
Right.
And Jax is effectively my main. So we would play like with these. Like I know he's gonna use Kung Lao. Like I know that's what you're gonna do, because you know this is what we
Right.
agreed to, and you know I'm gonna play Jax the whole time because that's what we agreed to. Wouldn't that allow me to train past whatever thing that I know that your character can do? And
No, you're still limited to what the game allows you to do.
so let's say in this matchup that we agreed to, if I didn't know that there's one thing that I cannot do to stop you from doing something, then there's nothing, because there is nothing I can do about that. Simply, then you can just abuse that one thing, and there's nothing I can do about it. And because
Yeah,
that's
that's how fighting games work.
hmm,
Yeah, there's no. I'm just gonna will my way through this. It's like no, this is what the game is, and you have to just hold that. That's how games are. That's why there's always a patch or something to fix something because like sometimes there's a roadblock that's too hard for a character to get around, and
well,
the
okay,
developers have to add something to the game for them. But I understand where you're coming from as far as like TKOs and stuff.
right,
But it would be hard to really regulate that for reasons I just said.
I got you. Hmm, interesting. All right. Well, let me see. Oh, okay. So now I want to get into the questions that are my going to be my signature questions. I'm hoping. Anyway, so the first one is an easy one. They get slightly more difficult. Um, when you got home, I'm talking fifth, sixth, seventh grade. What was the cartoon that you ran home to see?
Probably Recess.
Okay.
I think Recess was coming on around because dude, I had my whole lineup of stuff I watched back then. Like I
Okay.
knew when everything came on, like Animaniacs and all that stuff. I remember we used to come on at like 4 o'clock.
What was the lineup?
Everything was on Nicktoons, like
Mm-hmm.
Nickelodeon and stuff. But then of course Warner Brothers had their whole with the Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain.
Mm.
Those are all like, and also like the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
There was a time where Power Rangers. I don't know. In fifth, sixth grade, I can't remember if Power Rangers was like on Zeo or not. I will have to go check the times, but I used
Mm-hmm.
to watch everything, man, back then.
Oh, sweet. So what was your snack? What was you eating?
Uh, this is what I used to do every morning. I would take an orange and I would cut it in half, and I'll eat the
Mm-hmm.
first orange and put it in the refrigerator. And then when I get home, I'll eat the rest of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. That's interesting. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. When I was that age, I would eat. My mom was into a grapefruit thing, so I would take grapefruits, cut them in half, and cover them in sugar,
Hmm.
because grapefruits are a bit sour. So I would put like a little coat of sugar on it, and that would be my after school snack. All right. So the next question. This one's a little bit more difficult. When you turn 50, what does your life look like?
Uh, I still see myself playing games and fighting games. I feel like that will always be a part of my life, gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I have like a girlfriend that loves me or something that
Mm-hmm.
actually gives a damn about me, other than just messaging me good morning every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, that could be
I would like to
rough.
spend my good mornings with her, whoever it is. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I would think I'm well off. I don't have to worry about anything as far as like financially.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I don't have to worry about anything right now either. So
Right.
it's just
So,
more so about maintaining what's going on, and just evolving on that as well. Wow, you can flaws block that now.
yes, you didn't know that?
No, I
You've
thought you
done
could
it.
only flaws block his 3-3-2 string.
No,
I
you
didn't
can
know you could
falls.
flaws block that one. That
No, you,
changes a lot for me.
yeah, I think you can do them all now. That one and the
Okay.
2-2 thing. Yeah. They
Yeah, I just
extended.
decided. My brain was like, you know what? You should try to do this right here, and then yeah. But yeah, man, I still see myself playing games. It's weird because like you asked me this question. If I like say if I was 18 and you're like, where do you see yourself at what 31, 32?
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I stay on course is what I want to do.
Ah, I like that. So you feel like you got it pretty much going the way you wanted, and you just got to
Mm-hmm.
maintain and just keep doing what you're doing. I like that. All right. Okay, so now this one is going to be slightly more difficult. I'm a big fan of ethical dilemmas and philosophy. So, have you ever heard of the trolley dilemma?
I have it.
Okay, so this is an ethical dilemma, and there's a couple different parts to it. The first part is simple. You are at a railway, and you are standing at the switch that switches the rail. Okay, there's a
Mm-hmm.
trolley coming. On the main track that the trolley is on, it has 5 people. If you switch it, you'll switch it to a track that has 1 person. But the trolley is not going to stop. So either you go and hit the 5 people or you hit the 1 person. What do you do?
It depends on who the people are.
Okay. They're all men right now.
I mean, are
Five
they
people.
people I know?
No. Nope.
What are the consequences of them dying?
You don't know.
So it doesn't matter if I save anybody.
Yeah, you can let the 5 die. You can let the 1 die. The only choice is yours. Like, you're going to
Everybody
let.
has to go. No, just playing. I mean, uh, I would, I guess, need more information, but that it
Nope.
does suck because I hate to be the one to choose who dies and who goes
What,
because
what,
clearly, I
you are the
mean,
one choosing. So if you do
yeah,
nothing, then the
depending
five
on
die.
how far they are from like dying, I would try to like, what are they tied to something? Are they chained down? Like, can I get them out?
Nope. Your only decision you have is whether or not you're going to pull that lever. And if you do not pull the lever, 5 die. If you do pull it, 1 die. If you, yeah, 1 dies.
So if I do nothing and just be like, you know what, I didn't create this situation, so I don't need to feel bad if I don't help.
Yep.
I will still help though, but that's fucked up, man. That I
So
can't
then you're gonna
save
pull the lever.
everybody.
Yep. So you pull the lever and kill the 1 person. So that's what you're doing, yes?
Yeah, it's whack.
Okay. So now
Now
what
don't
if?
hit me with the a well that one person is somebody you love because then
Nope.
those 4 people got to die.
Nope. The next scenario is the same, but the 1 person is a little kid and 5 grown men.
How old are the men?
They're adults. They're adult men.
How old is the kid?
Child, teenager, preteen, 12, 13.
I don't know. Like you gotta play the odds, man. You gotta save the 4 people.
So you killed the little kid. All right. So now
Fuck them kids. No, I'm just playing.
the scenario is that you are on an overpass. Still, if you do nothing, the what's names are gonna die. But now the choice is you have one person large enough to stop the trolley, but you have to push them over. You have to lift them up and push them over in order for them to go. So do you go in and take this person out too to save the 5? And it's
Do I have
one
to
large.
die? Wait,
No,
I have to kill them?
Yeah, you got to push them over.
Man, I'm not engaging in this buffoonery. Everybody about to die.
So you let the 5 die.
They'll be like, help, and I'll be like, I can't speak English. I don't even know what you said.
Okay, so
They
the
could be
5.
having a good time.
So what you're saying is you have no problem killing a person when all you have to do is pull a lever, but when you actually have to do the work, then you find discomfort. That's a very
Yeah, I'm
common
not.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't feel like okay. It's if it's in my hands for people to die and
Hmm.
save whoever. Of course, I'll save the majority every time.
Right.
But if you put in something like a another variable, like well, this person is someone you love, then I'm going to save this someone I love.
Right. Right. Was that? There's a more relative. I can't say relativism. Anyway,
Relative,
I'm
relatively. I don't know.
relativism, something like that.
Okay.
It's an ism at the end. But yeah, no, I got you. It means your morality is based on the context of the situation, basically. I got
Right.
you. So, all right, one last thing. It's a riddle. How do you do with riddles?
Riddle.
Yeah.
I don't get asked them that often, but I watch enough Riddler and Batman to where I'm prepared.
Okay. So this one is a riddle, and just so you know, I originally learned this riddle in 5th grade. All
Okay.
right. All right. So you are in a cylinder. The cylinder is 10 feet tall. At the when you outstretch your arms, the cylinder is just past your fingertips, so it's wider than your wingspan. Okay. The cylinder is made of oh, there it is. The cylinder is made of I thought you should be able to move. That stuff holds you. Interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
yes.
um, cylinder is made of concrete, 4 inch, not 4 inch, 4 foot thick concrete, and there's a 4 inch, 4 inch, a 4 foot slab um, of concrete underneath you, so you can't dig out from the bottom. All you have is a stick and a handsaw. How do you get out?
Would I jump on the stick and I could I would try to use this. Okay, well, I have to go upright.
Sure, I don't know.
What is the way out? Is there no way out? Is the way out obvious for me to devise a plan?
You're in a cylinder. It's a cylinder. It's like a cup. You're like in a giant cup.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, I would use the stick and try to jump on the stick or prop
It's
myself up on the stick to try to climb out.
the stick is 3 feet tall. So
And the
3 foot
cylinder
long,
is how high?
10 foot.
All right. Well, I'm like 5 foot. I would just need to do that and then try to propel myself with a jump to reach the top and then pull myself up. But also, you said what else I have? The
A handsaw.
saw
Handsaw.
is a cylinder.
Ma- Concrete.
Oh, it's concrete. Well, I can't use the handsaw on that. Or, well, no, I couldn't use a stick to build a stand because I don't know how much the stick is. But the most I can think of is trying to stand on it.
All right. So okay. This. All right. Do you give up? Because that's not the right
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, because I don't even. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, this.
you're very far off. Okay. This is very simple. Remember, I got this when I was in 5th grade. You take the handsaw, right? And then you take the stick. And then you cut the stick in half. Okay? Two halves make a hole. You put the hole against the wall, and then you crawl on out. Did you get it?
No, because I'm like, what? I didn't know that the cylinder had holes on the wall that I can put the stick inside of and fall out.
Okay. It's a linguistical riddle. What's a hole? A hole is two halves, a complete object, and the hole is also a space in an object. So how do I make a hole? I take two halves. How did I make those two halves? I took the stick and I cut it in half. So I had one stick. So I cut it into two halves. Then I made those two halves a whole. And then I transformed the meaning of whole from a complete object to a space in an object. And then I put that space in the object against the wall and then use that to climb out. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
I feel like I didn't have enough information.
no, it's all right. It's a linguistic thing. It's designed to see how far out the box can you think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I appreciate it. Don't worry. I've done
No
4
problem.
interviews so far, and no one's gotten it, and everyone
No
has
one's
been
gotten it.
no, 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 and everyone looks at me like I'm stupid. Well, you know what I mean. That
They're
same
like,
dead
man, how
air.
did you have this? 5th grade. What classroom was that? No.
It was a language class actually. So
Uh,
I was a little primed already. I was in a. We was talking
I'm
about.
ready.
So, but it's all right though. But yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate your time. Um,
I
and
appreciate you hitting me up, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
ah, of course, of course. And so, is there anything? Oh shit, that goes straight up. I didn't know that.
Right.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, me either. That's the first for me as well.
Oh
That actually
wow.
changed the matchup a lot. Too. Yeah.
All right, do it one more time. I want to try it again, please.
All right, go ahead,
Just
do
wait.
it. Yeah,
Wow.
if he's right here, yeah.
Oh, oh, wow. All right. There's
What happens
first
if
for
I?
everybody. Huh?
I was trying to see if what would happen if for me to exit as your
Oh, well,
person.
yeah. We do one more time. Yeah, yeah. All right. So this is a first for everybody. Everybody, see, if you didn't watch the podcast, you wouldn't have noticed because it's at the very end. All right. So,
I haven't seen this. This is crazy.
so while we run back and look at this again, let me get your information. Where can people find you? When's your strip? When you strip?
When do I
When's your
strip? I strip every time when I. That's just like,
when's your Twitch stream? Um, Twitter, all of that good stuff. Go ahead, do it now, sir.
all right. Well, of course you can follow me on twitch.tv/perfect legend, but also follow my new team, Proton Gaming Official at Proton Gaming Pro on Twitter. We're doing a lot of good stuff with some new games coming out. Black Salt Corruption, which is a really good title. It plays like if you ever play Power Stone, Devil May Cry, you will like that game. It's coming out on
Okay.
Twitch pretty soon. I don't have the release date, so pretty soon is all that stuff is for right now.
Mm.
Also, we're picking up new players. We just signed Flash, who is
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're aware of Flash.
You said
Flash
Splash? Oh, Flash.
No, Flash.
I don't know
Flash
Flash.
Metroid. Yeah, he's been an OG super skill player forever. Like when I came to the scene, he was one of the best Guilty Gear players, probably the best Guilty Gear player in the scene. They got top 8 that year. He's gotten top 8 in Street Fighter 4 in different years. He's super strong in every game he's ever played. And we just picked him up. We got some nice, exciting signings coming in the future as well. So
Okay.
right now I'm just building up my own team, and as well as doing stuff in industry with game development and all that. So follow us for that. You can also follow Lime Juice, which is one of our main sponsors, Lime Juice Group on Twitter.
Okay.
Well, at Lime Juice Group. Also, you can follow our Lime Juice Esports page on Twitch as well, because we're going to be doing stuff there and a lot of different streams and giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be, as far as my next event, I'll be at Final Combat. So for Mortal Kombat, you can check that out. Since we don't have MK at Evo anymore, that's going to be one of our most prestigious events. It's actually the ending of the Pro Tour. So,
Oh, okay. Oh, they okay. Let me speak English. At Final Combat, which is the LCQ is the Saturday, and then Final
Right.
Combat Sunday. Oh, okay.
Or maybe it's that Friday. I'm not exactly sure for the schedule, but they are definitely the same weekend at the same place.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna be there too. Hey, I'll say hello.
Awesome.
Yep. So if that's you, for me, Broken Knuckles. That's both. I have a Facebook page. Please go to the Facebook page. Check us out. There, it's easier to find, and I actually talk back on Facebook a lot faster than anywhere else. And YouTube, Broken Knuckles, of course. And my Twitter is at EYESUSHAILE. Yeah, I know, that's hard. That's my name. Whatever. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you again, Perfect Legend. It's been a pleasure. And thank you, everyone else. This has been Broken Knuckles. Peace.
Thank you.